Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and I am your girl Danny Divine, and I am so glad that y'all have found me. Now, what I want you to do for starters is hit that subscribe button down below. Also like this channel if you feel that it resonates with your spirits. Also if you feel that it is something that someone else could find some essential information from, make sure you also share it as well. So again, thank you all for joining me, and I am out here in nature. I was doing a little bit of sun gazing earlier today while I was doing my meditating, and it just kind of put me in a calm state of mind. So I am feeling good, and I am just ready to deliver this information to you all that I have received and downloaded, and I hope that you all are in a special place where you guys can also receive this information as well. So again, I hope everybody is having a good day today. It feels like marvelous out here today, and I'm just out here just being one with nature. Me and nature have a good relationship, minus the bugs. Yeah, I don't do the bugs, but I love just being out here sun gazing. I love just the wind, the vibes, just the calming, the cool sensation. Yeah, so I just wanted to wait until that bus had went past or whatnot. So yeah, I hope everybody is having a good day and good spirits, and I'm sending high vibes to everybody. So today's topic is going to be about empaths. This is going to be something that's been highly requested, and a lot of people have been questioning like certain qualities that they may have or that they may possess, and they may be feeling like, why do I feel so different? Or, why am I so sensitive? Or why do I have this biggest urge that I could change the world type personality? Or just that energy of always wanting to just be helpful and things like that. Or if you notice that you're a person who loyalty has never changed, and this is just in you, you have a very strong grounding within yourself, like, yes, this is the video for you. So go ahead and get comfortable, and we are going to go ahead and go into the qualities of empaths. And of course, there are different breeds of empaths. We have it's levels to this shit. Yes, it's levels to this shit, child. So of course we got it starts from sometimes it could come from codependency, but then of course you have the empath, you have the super empaths, and you have the different breeds of those types of different empaths, which are for different videos, which I'm gonna make sure I give it to y'all and deliver it to y'all so you all can become familiar with this. And then maybe you may be placed in a category that you may have not even known until you have came across some significant information to kind of help validate or confirm this for you. So again, our video today will be about empaths, and we're just going to quickly go into some qualities about them, and also I'll give you a few barriers or a few techniques on how you can kind of protect and ground your energy a little bit more, so that way on this journey it could just be a little bit more of an easier, least resistance, which is what we're trying to have, a journey of least resistance as we're evolving. So as you all know, this is the process, and we are all going through this process together. No one is above the next. Everybody is experiencing life, and life is happening to us all. So at the end of the day, regardless of whatever external features or material possessions you may have, at the end of the day, you have to know who you are. You must know who you are, so that way you can know the people around you and what could be going on around you on a spiritual level of things that you can't see within those five senses, but things that'll make more sense to you in your sixth sense, which you were equipped with as well when you came and splattered on this earth. So thank you all for joining me. I'm just so excited to just be delivering this information to you all, because this is something that I know all too well, and just from life experiences, as well as self-educating, and just being around certain people and things like that. This is information that I've come to terms with feeling is quite accurate. And also, I do want you to know to not just take everything that you hear me or just anybody saying to you in general. Always take that information and look into it yourself, so that way you can come to an understanding of knowing, okay, I looked into it for myself. I feel comfortable with knowing like this is true, that this is something that I can sit with, and knowing I needed to hear that, like it lines up, this is the right time. So I do want to, for starters, let you all know that this is the year of one of the biggest awakenings. A lot of people are going through spiritual awakenings. Again, this is a journey, and we are still getting to the finish line. No one has completed yet until that last breath in you. So while there is life in you, there is still hope. There is still a chance. There is still ways for growth. There is still ways for understanding, if that is something that you want to come from at this point. Always know that regardless of what has occurred in your past, or what has occurred in your life that has been stressful, hurtful, just things to hurt your spirit or whatever, just know that you could come back from that if that's what you are wanting to do with all your heart. But it does take work. Nothing doesn't happen overnight, and growing within, that is something that takes work on a day-to-day basis. Like, you're never going to stop growing. Every day you will probably collect new information. With a spirit of discernment, you can learn to differentiate of what is good information, what's not good information, and what you should look to take with you, and what you shouldn't. So always know that you don't have to take everything that's being said to you. Everything is questionable. Like, that's how I live my life in this matrix. Anything and everything is questionable. Don't just take anything that's being told and throw it your way. If you are an empath, for starters, one of the greatest skills that you do possess is you are able to take on the emotion or the energy of that which is around you. So what that means is, if you're in an environment, you can kind of feel the energy that's surrounding it, whether it's like light or heavy, and you can kind of tend to shift in your own energy and not even know where it's coming from. But if you are mastered at learning to distinguish the difference between your own emotions and the emotions around you, then you will understand, okay, this is not me feeling this way, this is just what's around me. I'm feeling calm, I'm feeling great, but the environment can be heavy or dense, and you can feel that. So take wind of how you feel, because you have the capability of taking in everything around you, whether it's positive vibes or negative vibes, and your energy can shift depending on what is going around you. And if you are not in tune with who you are, you probably don't even understand that you have this capability, or mini superpower is what I would call it. But it's really great to have, because in those times that you're dealing with people that are hurt and sad, you have the tendency to shift into their energy and feel those emotions with them, which means that you can be very compassionate and understanding to their situation and what they're dealing with, which means that you're able to kind of give support to that healing that they may need at that moment, and kind of making them aware of their emotions as well. So it's kind of like you feed off of that, but it's not in a negative way. It's not to take advantage. It's more so in a healing type way. So you become more familiar with what's surrounding you and the energies and who's feeling what, and you learn to differentiate between what you're feeling and what the other person may be feeling. So you might want to kind of, just to protect that grounding for those energies, kind of place yourself in situations that are not negative, or be around those types of environments or people, because you do feel that quicker than and harder than anybody else, because that is just a part of your DNA. That's a part of your sixth sense. But it's a good feature to have, and it's a great feature to have when it comes to supporting and being there for family, friends, even strangers. When you're seeing people on the streets and things like that, and you kind of have that energy of feeling that feeling of how they're probably feeling sad, and you feel that. And if you're an empath, you feel it to a high intensity where you might shed tears looking at that person being in a situation where they're sleeping outside. Like, you feel it on a whole nother level. And it's a good thing to have, because it gives you empathy, and it gives you compassion for other people and love for other people. Some people don't really care about those types of things, but if you're an empath, that those types of things attract you. Or people that are getting bullied, like you don't like injustice. You are totally against injustice. So these are people that you try to take up under your wing to try to help protect and guide them. And that's just your aura, that's just your spirit. But it's a beautiful thing for this universe, because with all the hate and with all the strife and with all of the low vibe behavior that's been going on, and just the crimes and things, empaths are what they are needed, so that way they can shift that darkness and have some lightness, because that's just the law of duality. So empaths are a beautiful thing to have. And if you do have the qualities of the empath, or if you have friends or loved ones or just people at work that might have this quality about them, these are people that you kind of cling on to because of their spirit. Like, they're a very light-hearted spirits, and you can feel it when you're around the presence of them, like the goodness that they exert, and just the passion in them, just from how they tend to, listening to you, or gracing you with just light vibes. And it just is a breath of fresh air to be around empaths, especially when they're in like very high vibes, and it's like a euphoria, like, seriously. Now, another thing, for number 2, empaths, they have the give, like, they give all the time. They are always giving. If you know an empath, then 9 times out of 10 they're giving more than they're taking. These people just give. Like, they don't know when to stop, as far as not just material giving, but just even giving love. Just always wanting to see people happy, always looking for the best in people, always wanting to make sure that they're in, good vibes, and always checking on how other people are feeling. Because in this day and age, there's so much going on, and a lot of people are only concerned about themselves and what's going on with them and how they can do this, and it's always me. But with the empath, it will always be like a us type thing, because they always put themselves in your shoes, and they're able to give you good advice, because they literally do feel where you're coming from, and your pain and your hurt. Now, another thing about empaths is that they come with a high level of tolerance for pain and trauma, and just things that may be negative around them. They have a high tolerance for it. I'm sorry. So when I say that, what that means is, maybe as a child or growing up, these empaths went through a lot of, they may have been bullied at a point in time. They may have been in bad situations, domestic situations. Like, they just come from a place of pain, but that pain was turned into something that they didn't look at, that bounded them. They used that as their grace for hope, and it made them just see that this world does consist of darkness as well. It's not just all light. It's not just all lightness out here. It's darkness as well, and it's a lot of darkness. And that's a whole nother video. It's just a lot of things that are going on, and people are not recognizing what's really going on around them outside of those 5 senses. Now, back to the empaths, as I was saying, they are giving all the time. They're willing to give their time. They're willing to sometimes give up resources, as far as, like, if you need funds, that might be the friend you could go to if you need to borrow a few dollars, or just if you probably have had that friend that every time you make a mistake, they are that one friend that don't judge you. They always got your back, and they just like, friend, it is okay. I'm here for you. I understand. Like, I've been there before. Like, that one friend that just always got your back, that is that empath. So they are really good friends. They make really good co-workers. They are really good people just to have in your life in general, because they're not there to take away anything from you. They're just there to be there whenever it's needed, and that's just their spirit. That's what makes them such good people to have in your life, because they're not there to take away anything from you. Now, another good thing about empaths is that they tend to, empaths, they don't take anything away from you. If anything, they just want to add value. They just want to add whatever is needed at that time. Like, they're just those go-to people. Now, another thing about empaths, if you notice that you may have a friend, or if you possess this quality, is that you always notice that you are highly sensitive all the time. You can't watch certain movies. It's certain songs that you just hear them and you feel that frequency level, and it just takes you to a whole nother place. Like, you feel things on a whole nother level, and you are highly sensitive, and it's nothing wrong with that. Like, it was a point in time where I just used to be like, oh, I'm sometimes very sensitive, but it's a good thing, because I see goodness in certain things that some people may not. And even with that being said, I have boundaries of when to be at a peace and a standstill when I'm seeing that those qualities of darkness are at an increased level where it's time to walk away. You know what I'm saying? So you have your boundaries. You do give out that love. You do give out those resources that are materialistic, as well as priceless qualities of just loving people unconditionally, and just always wanting to be there. I always want to make sure that they're good. Always just checking on them. If they need anything, sometimes that empath is going to be that friend to go have it for you before you even get it. Like, that's just their heart. Like, they always are thinking about you. They are very deep thinkers. They are very heartfelt people. They're very giving. 9 times out of 10, they go through the same things everybody else go through, but the way that they handle it, just how they're built and equipped, is battles that they can definitely take on, and that they're built to take on, and that they're also built to be there to help others with just giving and just exerting that lightness and that force within, from within, to give to others. And you can kind of tell when a person is genuinely trying to be compassionate and there for you, compared to a person that's just trying to hear things and be nosy and just take that information to other sources, or they just want to use that information sometimes to use against you. You got narcissists that do that, but that's a whole nother video. Now, with that being said, you see all of the good qualities about empaths, but along with those good qualities, because they are so giving and they're so like natured, and they always are willing to be there, they do sometimes have issues with maybe depression or anxiety, because they're always the go-to. They always feel like they have to make sure everything is good. They always have to check in and make sure that family is great, it's no issues. If anybody is needed, they're the go-to. So they take upon all of their things, as well as things that other people are dealing with. So sometimes they can be labeled as people just throw their shit out to them all the time. So they take on a lot of shit. So be very empathetic to them and with them, because their hearts are so great to take on these things. But some people don't understand that it can be a drain. So it can very much so drain your energy, which is why empaths do love their quiet time, because if you didn't have your quiet time, you wouldn't be able to recharge, to be able to go back out to this universe and be able to take on the energies that you need to take on and help as well. So it's a lot to come along with being this person with a good heart. But if you ground yourself and set those healthy boundaries to know, okay, I can do this, but I can't do that. I can take on this, but this is gonna have to be done, some other way, or someone else may have to do that. Like, once they kind of become familiar with knowing that they can't take on everything, and they get to a place where they do get to setting boundaries for themselves, and they do set those healthy boundaries. Again, a lot of people may not like it, because of the simple fact that they are the nice ones. They are the ones that people don't really expect to have that bone. But don't play with the empaths, because just as well as they are giving and lighthearted, they do not take injustice well. They don't take people trying to take advantage of them well. They don't take people trying to get off one on them well. And they will battle with you when it comes to that. They don't play about that energy that they give out. They have to protect that. So where that empath come in at is the super empath, and that is a bad mama jamma, and that mama jamma is for a whole nother video, because of course you have to know that along with these tools, the type of people that can prey upon you, or the type of people that could come along in your journey and help with the growth and getting you to the next level. So some people gonna try to come into your world or your vortex to try to stall what you have going on in life and to keep you from excelling and being your best self. That there is people here that is placed for that position, and a lot of them people are willing vessels to just be able to be that dark force. They're willing to be that dark force, and they exert the dark force in any way, whether it's thoughts, whether it's words, whether it's actions. And because you are an empath, narcs do tend to prey upon you. Particularly, narcs are attracted to empaths in general because of the giving spirit of the empaths, and because of the taking dynamic of the narcs. So you can kind of see where they kind of come into play with kind of attracting, being kind of a magnet. But the thing is, the empaths kind of think that they can fix everybody and help and do everything and take on it. But that is the energy that you cannot, you can't mesh with. I'm gonna tell you this: at the end of the day, empaths are light. They're considered. Not all of them are light workers, because it's 144,000 total, but they have light hearts. It's 144,000 total light workers that are sent here to humanity with a plan to help humanity and bring the light to the dark areas. But not all empaths are those light workers, but empaths, all of them have good hearts. All of them have those same qualities. So again, that's a whole nother video on the light work. Yes, so the video on us light workers, that's a whole nother video in itself. But I'm definitely gonna make sure I get out all of this great material to you all. Unfortunately, it won't be as quick as I want it to be, but I will get it out as I can, due to the fact that, you know, I have my blog. I want you all to check out when you get the opportunity to do so. I will consider it to be something that I will hope to inspire you with as well, for those times that you might be having some of those battles that you don't speak about, but you might just need a little go-to to just kind of give you some support, or kind of get you some high vibes, or just, you know, kind of put you in a good spirit. So check out my blog. It is www.dannydivine.com. I also have my online clothing store, which has launched as of September. Check that out. It is www.zazzle.com/store/Danny_Divine, and that's Divine. Also, for you all who would like to follow me, I do have Instagram as well, and that is Miss MZDANNI 2UYU. I also have my Facebook page, which is Danny Divine, and I also load content on there as well, and we'll be going live very soon and setting dates for those as well, so that way I can have some more interaction with you all and answer any additional questions that you might have. Now again, this video today was about us empaths. It is more information out there for you if you just self-educate yourself, become a little bit more familiar with who you are, and just know that it's okay to embrace being who you are authentically. Just know that the right people are going to always be there. It will never be them going against you, but the wrong people, they will fall off. The ones that are not serving of you, the ones where your energy has now come to a place where it's not aligning anymore. And it's okay, because in life is growth, and that's just a part of growth, and you just have to come to understanding that that's just a part of what it is. But anyway, I do want you to go ahead and make sure before you leave the video you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you feel that someone needs to know information about being an empath or just the qualities, just make sure you share it as well. And thank you again for joining me, and I hope everybody have a good day. I'm sending light, love, and blessings to you all. Reach out to me on my email, at my email, DannyDivine2K19 at gmail.com, if you have any requests for any videos that you would like to hear, or just any pieces of knowledge you want me to bring out for you. I really feel like this is the time. It is time to shed light on these dark topics that we don't speak about, and I'm not going to, my voice is going to be heard, and I'm going to make sure that I give out all the details to what is needed for these spiritual battles, which you're going to need your spiritual weapons for. And again, this has nothing to do with nothing on the outside or external factors. This is all, again, for those inner world battles. Thank you for joining me, and I also hope you all have a great day.